All right, good evening. It's an exciting moment that we got to talk today. Okay, I am always rooting for small business. I'm always rooting for medium scale business, especially those who are disadvantaged, especially those who are trying to make a difference, the underdog. Okay, so have somebody ever advised you that you should go to a business school so that you can make your business sound and smart? Do you actually need to go to a business school to scale up your business? Is it necessary that you go to a business school, or do you think that going to a business school will make you succeed, will double your income, will double your output? What do you think? Is going to a business school necessary? I I don't have an answer, but I want to reason with you and I want you to reason with me. um, let's say that you want to go into the business of importation of tiles. You want to be a mega uh, seller of tiles, and you have two options. You go to a business school and you meet some academic smart dudes, some professors who will actually teach you the rudiment of you importing tiles, the history of tiles, the methodology of marketing, you know, and all of those stuff. Okay, you learn everything, how to actually run the business, and how to do clearing and thereabout inside the four walls of the business school. Okay, is an option. That's option A. Then option B is there is a certain Igbo man by name Ikechukwu, who has been in the tiles importation business. In fact, he's the largest wholesaler of tiles in Nigeria. Okay, he imports tiles from Italy, from China, from different parts of the world. He has been in the business for 20 years and he has a very large distribution network in Nigeria. Okay, so you have an option of either learning from Mr. Chuku, or you go to the business school. Which one will you go for? What will be your answer? I don't know. I don't know what you want, but as for me, you see, I will go for Mr. Ikechukwu. Okay, I'll go for Mr. Ikechukwu because Mr. Ikechukwu already understands Nigeria business environment, Nigeria business terrain, the mountains, the hiccup, the shortcut, the long cut, what's the problem, the challenges, and the possible solution. I'll go and learn it from him first. Then later I can think of the business school. Okay? Yeah. So that's just an illustration for you to be guided. I would rather learn uh, a business from someone who have actually run a business than learning it from someone who is teaching a business but have never run a business before, especially when it got to do with a terrain like Nigeria that always differs universal laws, business law. Nigeria is a very crazy country. Okay, so I'm going to give you an illustration. I'm going to give you an example. Years back, during the launch of iPhone by Apple, Apple intentionally avoided Nigerian market. Why? Because their top executive, the marketing department, they graduate from top business school. They're very sound in running multinational business. Okay, so when they do what is supposed to be done and how it's done in multinational, they got the data from Nigeria. Okay, how many people are high income earner? Okay, how many people are low income earner? They discovered that like 70% of Nigerians are low income earners. And iPhone is meant for the top notch, for the high end income earners, for people that have money, for people that love tests. They're going to have class. So they were like, this doesn't make business sense. We don't have any business opening a shop in Nigeria. Just 30% are high income earners. 70% are poor. They will not be able to afford a phone. They move ahead to other country and thereabout. But after some months, something shocked them. They were very, very, very shocked. They start noticing that a large number of downloads from Apple Store, it's originating from Africa. So they were like, this is amazing. So they start tracing, and they discover that the downloads were all from Nigeria. Millions of downloads from Nigeria. So Apple were in shock. But we don't have a shop in Nigeria now. So how comes that they are downloading? Where are they downloading it to? What are they downloading it into? So they came to discover that a large percentage of Nigerians have actually bought iPhones and they are downloading things from their store. Reason that they use quantitative data analysis as learned from business school to make a business decision. But Nigeria here defy the logic. They discovered that the people who are buying iPhone are actually the jobless youth, jobless people not making money, people that doesn't belong to the high-end class. Look at that. So if you want to use textbook approach, classroom approach to Nigeria streets, to Nigeria market, you may be in for a shock because Nigeria doesn't work that way. So you need to apply street smarts. That's why I say if you want to learn business from somebody, okay, you need to actually learn it from somebody running the business, especially if it is in a country like Nigeria. Street credibility, street knowledge can make a whole difference between whether you're making money or you're not making money. Forget technical jargon, forget all of those academic process. You want to cash out, okay, you need money, you need to secure the back, okay. Now they probe further. They try to understand why is it that the jobless ones are the ones that are buying iPhones. Where did they get money from? Why are the high income earners not buying? They come to discover that here in Africa, that the high income earners have a lot of responsibilities, and that the jobless youths that are buying, that the Nigerian system differs from the American system, because over there in America, if you have a child, it's your responsibility to take care of the child. But in Nigeria here, if there is a child, the child belongs to the family, belongs to the community. Everybody join hands in raising the child, in taking care of the child. So how does this work? A child is in school now. A typical youth need a phone. You carry phone, call the mommy or the daddy, dad, I need a phone. The dad will like, how? Okay, I don't have money now, but as soon as they pay salary, I'll send you 200,000. Once the dad send the money, he will call the elder brother. Uncle, I have a problem. I can't cope up with assignment in school. In fact, I'm borrowing a phone to call you. I need a phone. Uncle will like, what do I do? Okay, I will send you 200,000 naira. How much is that? 400,000. And next thing is that when the uncle send the money, the young man will call auntie. Auntie, you get IBO. I'm coming to you like this. I'm in tears. I need to buy a phone. The auntie, Junior. Okay, let me tell my PA to send you 300,000 now. Before you know, he has gotten 700K. And he'll go and buy that high-end phone. Jobless. So Apple did not understand that community system. That Nigeria work inverse of how US work. That here, things are more communal. Okay? So you want to run a business in Nigeria, you have to recognize these cultural barriers. You have to understand society barriers. You need to understand the family values, the way people think and live, so that you can tie in your decision, and have results. Or else you want to go to just the academic side, you're going to fail. You will fail woefully. Okay, so you need to combine the both. When you combine the both, you're going to be smart, you're going to succeed. If you notice, most time multinationals in Nigeria, once they notice a certain slogan, what happened? They adopt it, and then they put it into their ads, into their communication channel, into their marketing point. Okay, even the foreign companies, once in a while, they take the pigeon parlance. We day for you, like this year is like day for you. Some companies are like, we day for you, to put it in their communication channel. So you have to speak Nigeria, live Nigeria, and see things from Nigeria, and run things from Nigeria point of view if you want to succeed. Else, you will fail if you want to. It's like here in this other side, we believe that things that are bitter are healthy and good. Okay, things that are bitter are healthy and good. Okay, and you now, you're trying to sell those sweet things for the market women, for the aged women. It will take, if you don't understand the values or the belief, you might actually not make a sales. Or you might actually not make a sales, and and thereabout. So you just need to recognize this thing. Recently, like here in my state, in Akwa Ibom, we have a place known as Plaza. I mean, in the center of the city. So again and again, they always selling by the roadside, and people buy a lot. And it is where we have most is the centerpiece of the town, whereby most of the buses drop people there. So again and again, government always try to stop street selling. Government will just go pack people's good, arrest the sellers. But after some time, they show up again. They keep doing this again and again, and like there is no sanity. I mean, government is not succeeding. Why is it so? Okay, probably I think the decision makers are looking at things cosmetically. They are looking at it from the surface. They are not going deep neck. See, anything that got to do with belief in Africa, it's always very hard for you to root. It's like some of the terrorism war, like Boko Haram will have in Nigeria, is tied to religion. The people believe that, when they fight this war, they kill, they maim, they're doing it for God, and if they die, that God is going to reward them. Such war you cannot win with bullet. Okay, so the same thing at Plaza here in Akwa Ibom State. It's not something you can win with bullet. Now, a typical Akwa Ibomite, because it's a low income earning state. Okay, so people here, is not everybody that goes to boutique to buy. They believe that things that are sold in the shop, in the high end shop, boutiques and thereabout, are expensive. But those things that are being hawked by the roadside, they are more quality, and they are less expensive, they are affordable. So the culture that a typical child grow up with, you grow with such bias. Okay, and most time if your mom or dad or your auntie ever, stop by to buy something there, it enters you. So to be able to drive change, you have to go back, to the root cause, to the roots, to the values, and then drive from there. Now, if the buyer doesn't show up, will the seller sell? The seller will not make money. So if the seller stays today and then everybody start looking at buying from the road as dirty, being filthy, soiling the street, is not ethical, you will definitely have to, get to an organized shop, a market, and then you start selling your stuff. So when you're making a business decision, what am I saying here? You need to understand values. You need to understand cultural bias. You need to understand perception that people are growing up with. Okay, don't just dwell on just the academic point of view. I'm saying be smart, be credible. Okay, add up your street knowledge, understand who you're dealing with, understand the society, add it up with your academic knowledge, and you're going to succeed. Business is not academic. That's the truth of the matter, right? Business is street. It's all about you securing the back. All right, so see you again in my next video. All right, take care.